Okay, class, so formally start our lesson. May I call on everyone to please stand, and may I request Miss Ivy to lead us for the prayer.
Let us pray. Lord God, be glorified and honor your name. Give us knowledge and wisdom to understand our topic for today. Guide our teacher who will give us new information today. This is all I pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, amen. So before you take your seat, class, please pick up the papers under your chairs. And after that, you can now keep your chairs. Okay, good morning, grade 11.
Good morning, sir.
How are you feeling, class?
It's good. It's doing good, sir.
Okay, so I think you're doing good right now. So may I call on the attention of our Miss Secretary to please check the attendance?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, yesterday we tackled about the parts and types of essay. So can anyone remind us about the parts of essay?
Sir.
Okay, Miss Ivy.
The parts of essay are the introduction, body, and conclusion.
Okay, that's great answer, Miss Ivy. And can anyone please state the two types of essay?
Sir,
Okay, Miss Wesley.
the two types of essay are the formal and informal essay.
Very well said. So those are the formal and informal essay. Okay, so it feels like you understand well and you have your prior knowledge about our topic yesterday. So I think you are now ready to move to your next lesson. But then, I want you to start this lesson with your simple activities. So for your activities, I will give you the different pictures. And in your table, you have your shuffled words. So your task is that you are going to connect the words that correspond to the picture that will give it to you later. So for your group, this will be the group 1, the group 2, and the group 3. I will going to paste this paper in the blackboard. So this is for the group 1. For group 2 and for the group number 3. So if you are ready to find your answer, class, I will give you 3 minutes to start it. So you may now go in front. You can write under the... Okay, I think the group 1 is ready and also the group 2. Let's wait for group 3. Okay, are you all done, class? Are you all done, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if that's all, let's try to check your answer. For group 1, let's try to check it. So, the number 1 is writing, and this is correct. Number 2 is black outline, and the number 3 is the organizing. So our activity introduced to you our topic for today, and our topic for today is writing personal narrative essay. So before we start our lesson, allow me to read to you our learning objectives. So our learning objectives are: identify the steps and types of personal narrative essay. B. Discuss the characteristic of personal narrative essay and develop writing process skills by writing their own personal narrative essay. So, to start our lesson, may I call on Miss Johnson to please read the first definition of writing personal narrative essay.
Describe a real experience from your own life. Through writing, it asks you to tell a story rather than make an argument and evidence.
Yes, that's correct. So writing personal narrative essay is the one that you are going to express your feelings or what you want to write through your own idea. So, in this question, what is personal narrative essay for? May I call on Miss Resme to please read?
It is a way of telling your ability to tell a story in a clear and interesting way. More an autobiography, it's all about you as the narrator of the story. It is used first person like I, me, myself, we, us, our, and ours.
Okay, very well said. So, in this narrative essay, is that you are going to write your own personal writings. So, in this, as you are the writers and you are the authors of your story, that's why you are going to use the first person, like I, me, myself, we, us, our, or ours. So, like when you want to share your experience, like when you woke up in the morning, like you said, today I woke up very early to start it with taking a bath because I am excited to going to school. So if you were going to express like that, then you were going to use the first person. So for the next part, so in writing a personal narrative essay, there are 3 steps. So now let's just identify them. Let's start with the step number 1. So who wants to read?
Sir.
Okay, Miss Ivy.
Think of topic or your experience that is interesting and touch your readers. Choose a significant story of your life. You can also think about the time you had to face an obstacle or challenges. You can also think of your happy moment, sad moments, or some funny things you did. Do not forget to think of your very interesting title.
Okay, that's very well said. So in step number 1, you are going to brainstorm, not to others, but you will going to brainstorm with yourself. So this step is where you are going to think an idea if what are the things you want to say, you want to share to the readers. So like for example, if you want to write or share your experience when you first uh, fall in love with your crush and with your loved one, or either you want to share your experience when you um, receive the first success in your life. So this is where you're going to write up and start your writings. So if you are going to select those things and you are going to identify your effective or interesting title, this is where you are going now to ready to write up with your graphic organizer, and those as your introduction, body paragraph, and conclusion. Your graphic organizer plays as your plot line or plots in making your personal narrative essay. So first, we have here introduction. So in the introduction, you can ask questions. So for example, have you ever been to the bottom of the sea before? Or you can write a joke or something funny that happened to you. So I know that sometimes we are experience a happy moment or a joke in our life. That's why we are going to catch them with funny things. So next, you can surprise the readers with the shocking facts. Like for example, yes, I have to admit that I have an intense fear of cockroach. And or tell the readers how you experience you will be talking about has changed you. So for example, my first mountain experience turned out to be the most terrifying experience in my life. And last, set the scene by answering the question when, where, and who. For example, last month, me and my classmate had our first visitation experience in the San Antonio Casa. So anyone class share to me or answer if in that statement where is when, where, and who. Okay, Miss Johnson?
Sir, last month's answer when me and my classmates answered who and silent Karen Casa answered to where.
Okay, that's correct. So now we are now going to the body paragraph. Okay. For the body paragraph, when I call Miss Ivy to please read the definition.
The body paragraph should focus on the details of you want to get across. So you answer the question, what happened?
Right. So in the body paragraph, um, you have to consider the states. List the order in which occurred. Write down what happened at the beginning, at the middle, and at the end of the event. And last, focus on describing the events, the characters, and the setting. Remember, class, that the body, or in the body paragraph, is the widest place where you are going to write up everything happened to you. So this is where you're going to narrate or write up orderly your experience. So now, let's now go on with the conclusion. For the conclusion, may I call on Miss Presley to please read the definition? Only the definition, okay?
The concluding paragraph ties together the entire essay. Share your feelings or what you have learned or realized from that experience.
Okay. So remember that in conclusion, this is where you are going and your essay, but remember that even if it's the end, you should still consider to catch up and share all the feelings in the concluding part. So here are some examples. So you can also share something you watch, learnings you have encountered from your experience. So for example, this experience taught me a lot about myself and my fears. Or I certainly plan to repeat this experience at some points. And last, I might always carry the fears with me, but I will never forget this day. So if you observe in concluding part is this is where you are going to state you what do you found out or what changed you in that experience. So for we are now finished with the step one. We are now ready to our step two. So who wants to read the definition of step two?
Second step to write the draft and revise it You can also add and consider details to complete your paragraph, such as emotion, transition, words, dialogue, sensory details, sentences, and end your essay with concluding paragraph. Okay. Remember that in step 2, there are five main important things you have to consider, and those are the emotion, sensory details, dialogue, transition word, and sentence. So let's tackle them one by one. So in emotion, emotion. Add your personal feelings, how you felt during different time with a story. So for example, I could feel my heart beat fast. I was too enthusiastic to begin this day. Next, for the sensory details, don't forget to include in writing lots of sensory details to connect to the readers, to the scene you're describing. Show but do not tell the place. For example, my eyes winded and sparkled as I heard the news. And for the dialogue, insert dialogue between you and the characters in the story, and don't forget to make it a quotation marks around the speaker exact word. And for our number 4, we have here transition word. So in transition word, use transition word to relate ideas and sentence, and use chronological transition word to describe the sequence of the events, such as first, next, then, and last. And for the last one, this is one of the most important things. You should always remember that in your writing, you should always be correct in sentence, in grammar, and the choice of words, so that you can make your very interesting and catchable personal narrative essay. So, what uh, what are the most important uh, things you consider in step 2 class? Those are Emotion, sensory details, dialogue, transition words, sentences.
okay. It seems you already understand our step 2, and you are now going ready to tackle the last part, which is step number 3. Can anyone read it for me? Okay, Miss Leslie.
This is now the time to edit your writings. Make sure that your words are spelled correctly. Proper nouns are capitalized. Start your sentence with the capital letters, and punctuation marks should be used appropriately.
Okay, appropriately. So, remember class, as in addition, if your sentence or you are in your outline, when you found out something that your sentence is unappropriate to your main ideas, you can delete it or you can change it a better one. So, as in step 3, it is now time for you to edit, and you can now create your own personal writing. So, do you understand the 3 steps, class?
Yes, sir.
Also, as it's written here, what did you learn? So, um, to sum up our lesson, may I call on Miss Ivy to please state what are the 3 steps in writing personal narrative essay?
The three steps in creating a personal narrative essay are brainstorm your ideas, write the draft, and revise and edit your writing.
Okay, very well said. And for you, what is the importance of learning the writing of personal narrative essay? Okay, Mr. Ashley?
The significance of learning how to write a personal narrative essay is that to create an effective and interesting narrative essay.
Okay, very well said. That's correct. it sounds like you understand well our topic for today and very good for that class. Okay, for your activity class, using your group a while ago, so you will go into your respective group and you will be going to make this activity. So the direction is that with your own respective group, I will give you a pieces of paper and your task is to fix it according to the sequence of the personal narrative essay. Okay, the paper that I will give to you is an example of personal narrative essay. So try to scan and read this. Try to analyze the story and fix it after that. So I will give you 3 minutes to fix this paper. So this is for group 1, group 2, and group 3. So that narrative essay is entitled My Greatest Life Lesson. So I will give you 3 minutes and let's start now. Okay, thank you. You can now pass your papers. Okay, let's check your answers. So as I noticed, your answers are all correct, and let's give yourself 3 claps for that. Okay. Since you are fully understand the lesson for today, so now let's go with the individual activity. So direction is that identify what parts of step correspond to the given statement below. So your answer are those possible. Those are the possible answer you can find out. Step 1, step 2, or step 3. So you can now bring out your notebook to answer those questions. Okay, you can now pass your answers and let's try to answer the activity. So for the statement number 1, add your personal feelings, how you felt during different times with a story. So what is the answer?
Step 2, sir.
Okay, correct. For statement number 2, you can surprise the readers with a shocking fact.
Step 1, sir.
Okay, and for the statement number 5, you can write a joke or something funny that happens to you.
Step 1, sir.
Okay, correct. And for the last statement, do not forget to think of your very interesting title. The answer is?
Step 1, sir.
Okay, correct. Who got the perfect answers? Okay, with that, let's give again 3 claps to yourself. Okay, thank you. So I'm so happy that I saw that you are all understand our topic for today. For your assignment, write your own personal narrative essay using 1 full sheet of paper and make an advanced reading about descriptive essay. Do you have any question with our lessons, class?
No, sir.
Okay, if that's so, this is how we call a day. Thank you so much for listening and you can now take your lunch. Goodbye, class.
Bye, sir.